Well, of course, in regards to what is making news when it comes to the anatomy side, most especially into the music side, reports have actually been circulating around over the weekend, and this was in regards to Kanye West, and he's back to the billionaire status. That is what it says. But of course, some people have come out to criticize him about that because of what happened 2 years back when he had issues with Adidas, Balenciaga, and so many more. But according to the latest reports, they revealed that he's back to the billionaire status. But how did this really come to be? No, let's take a look at the report. Now, Kanye West, also known as Ye, is once again making waves, of course, with his claim of being back to the billionaires club. Now, the polarizing figure who has faced his fair share, that is of the public. He's told he's crazy. He's told, and of course, for him, he believes that when he speaks the truth, people say he's crazy. So now he's back to the billionaire status. I can imagine his first interview in regards to that. What will he say? Okay, now he's back again making waves with his claim of being back in the billionaires club. Now the polarizing figure who has actually faced his fair share of controversies as such that his net worth now exceeds an eye-popping 2.7 billion United States dollars. Now, on Thursday, he posted a screenshot on Instagram revealing the new valuation, which reportedly comes from the business valuation company that is Anton Venture Services. Now, the document lists his fortune as being made up of his music catalog and full ownership that is of the Yeezy brand. Two major assets that have actually, that is the Yeezy brand, his music and all that. Now, in 2025, his net worth stands at about $2.7 billion and confirmed by that is Eaton Venture Services. Now, the post-trade credited to EVAs, the valuation is based on the music portfolio and his sole ownership of the Yeezy mark. Now, while his bold claim has yet to be fully confirmed by the independent source, Kanye West's confidence seems unshakable. That is according to what the Billboard. Of course, as expected, Kanye West has energized by the reported figure and made sure that he could celebrate in a true Ye fashion. Now, he took to quoting his iconic anthem, that is, "You Can't Tell Me Nothing." That is way back from his track, in 2000, and I think way back in the 2000s. And this was a track from his album that is a Graduation, 2007, the Graduation album, "You Can't Tell Me Nothing." So that's what he posted on his Instagram. On his Instagram account. Now, of course, Kanye West wrote echoing the track's unmistakable introduction, and of course, the post quickly gained traction with the fans, fellow musicians, and even other rap legends, the likes of E40, flooding the comments to congratulate him. Now, despite the buzz surrounding his latest valuation claims, not everyone on his is on the same stage. Now, as of Friday, Forbes reportedly values him at just about $400 million. Now, significantly lower than $2.7 billion. That is, he asserts. Now, this stark contrast is particularly striking, given that the Forbes has actually recognized Kanye West as a billionaire. That was way back in 2022. However, a series of controversies that year, that is including anti-Semitic remarks, triggered a major backlash for brands like Adidas, Balenciaga, and Gap cut. They cut ties with him, of course, leading to a dramatic drop in his estimated net worth, according to the Forbes. Now, when the Forbes had originally listed him as a billionaire in 2022, he himself urged that the figures were way off, insisting that his true net worth was actually $7 billion. That is what he said. And of course, following his fallout with Adidas and other brands later that year, Forbes revised the estimate and slashed his net worth to just about $400 million. Now, that is a far cry from the $7 billion he had previously claimed. Now, this new figure from the Eaton Venture Service says, however, if true, could drastically shift the narrative once again. Now, should Ye's estimated wealth indeed reach 2.7 billion? That is the question, and it would propel him past his former mentor, that is Jay-Z, making Kanye West the richest rapper alive. I've personally believed in Kanye West's ideas and ideals, and one thing that I like about him is that he's not somebody that is enslaved by the system. He's somebody that speaks out his mind and he says what he feels at any time, regardless of who is hurt, who is not hurt. So he will have to say what he has to say. Way back in time, when he was valued at $2 billion, he claimed he was $7 billion. And I can actually believe him. I can actually believe him because I'm one of these staunch fans that when I look at what he says, it's very hard to actually understand him if you think from the present. But if you're futuristic thinker, you can actually easily respond. You can easily get to understand what he says. So I believe he's back to the billionaire status, and he's beating Jay-Z. Jay-Z has been estimated at $2.5 billion. Now Kanye 2.7. Well, let's wait and see. You know, he's one guy that the world can't just let go. You know, people get mad at him, and perhaps there is a point you reach and you're like, he's not returning this time. He's not returning this time. But somehow things work out and he gets back. Okay. Now, another story away from that, Bruno Mars hits a record, that is a Spotify of 150 million monthly Spotify listeners. That is a big deal. Now, Bruno Mars continues to shatter the records this time, becoming the first artist to reach 150 million monthly listeners, that is on Spotify. Now, the feat announced comes just after 2 months after Bruno Mars surpassed The Weeknd's previous record of 120.7 million monthly listeners. Now, with the latest listener count, Bruno Mars listeners now count a little over a quarter of Spotify's entire global user base, which stood at exactly 640 million. That is in quarter three 2024. Now, since claiming the top spot, Mars says that streaming numbers have actually contributed to grow significantly. And notably, Bruno Mars hasn't released any new solo album in 8 years. Now, his most recent solo studio LP was his third 24K Magic, which dropped in 2016. Now, the Grammy-winning artist's streaming success is boosted by smash collaborations, the likes of Die With A Smile with Lady Gaga, released in August 2024, with about 1.6 billion Spotify streams, and and other singles that he's actually released. Now, his streaming dominance extends across the entire catalog, with about 17 songs surpassing the billion streams. Now, these include the classic hits like Locked Out of Heaven, That's What I Like, Just the Way You Are, and more. Now, Bruno Mars' longtime publisher is BMG, though he sold a portion of his song catalog to Warner Chappell, that was in 2021. Now, the Atlantic signed artist's latest achievement comes on the heels of the release of his latest collaboration, that is Fat, Juicy and Wet, which dropped on Friday with a music video For the track stars Lady Gaga, there is Blackpink's Rose, and Mars is definitely dancing and you know with the champagne butters. This is how it's actually described. Now, in just 3 days since the video dropped, Fat Juicy and Wet has so far reached 8.2 million views on YouTube in just 3 days. That is very rare to really find. 2 days, 8 million. Not even Kendrick Lamar can actually reach 8 million. Okay, at least would be at about 3.5 or 4 million. And in a space of 2 days, if it's to hit it really so hard. Okay. And finally, away from that, Chinese brands established as key players in leading music industry show. Now, the Chinese music brands have a strong presence at the leading music industry show held in Southern California this week, attracting attention and recognition from the global customers and dealers. Now, the 2025 National Association of Music Merchants Show, now the world's biggest music industry trade shows, was held in a convention center in Orange County, Southern California, showcasing the latest products, technologies in music and sound and entertainment sectors. Now, more than 3,500 brands in music industry from across the globe participated in the event, including nearly 120 Chinese exhibitors. Now, Chinese companies have actually been an important force at the annual show in the recent years, displaying their latest music, sound, and entertainment products and technologies. Now, this year, Chinese exhibitors have brought a wide array of new gear to the show. That is including acoustic guitars, electric guitars, drum sets, saxophones, violins, microphones, and speakers at the same time. So China trying to see how to position herself in the music industry, but of course using the United States of America as a home ground to that. Seems like Donald Trump has the problem with the Chinese doing business, and that business is originating from America, and it's also benefiting the Americans. He absolutely has the problem. So if they position themselves, they'll definitely, if they are to sign Chinese artists, they'll definitely be, actually high chances are they'll sing in English, whatever music genre they'll be into. So the money will get back to the United States economy. That's what Donald Trump really cares about. Doesn't really mind about these other minor things. That as long as business is running smoothly, as long as the state is benefiting, as long as the citizens are happy, well, that is it for him. The dream of America. America comes first. That is according to him. Well, that is it for the entertainment side. And let me go for the break. And definitely I'll be returning with our business inside. Stick around.